Emotional eating is a much more recent term in the history of emotional eating. It's a much more recent term. There was no phrase such as emotional eating when I was like 10, 12, 19. There was no, oh, you're an emotional eater, honey. It's okay. You just Google XYZ and you'll find a solution. First of all, there was no fucking Google. I really, really want us as females this year, as women, I really want us to focus very heavily on being the generator, the source of energy, not the sucker, like not the consumer, the one that sucks the energy and, sucks the source and leaves it dry. I don't want you to be that. I want you to start focusing on generating why do I do this? There's a lot of it's very sort of boobalicious, isn't it? Ooh, it's a bit risque. It's like a bit of a Moulin Rouge moment or something, like generating your own power. I want you to be, this is the focus for the year, as women, for us to rise and become our own source of power rather than constantly sucking, consuming. Let me just get onto this person here on the internet. Maybe they can, maybe if I watch all their content, that will help me. And maybe if I just suck from this person here and then that person there. And what we end up doing, let's be real, is spending hours of our day consuming content, which is fabulous. I'm a huge fan of consumption. Please. There's no shade here. I love some good consumption, but it's got to be purposeful and it's got to be with intent. And if you're just consuming random crap online, then that is not a good power source that you're plugging into, because let's think about it. We're always plugging into something. You're always plugging in. So I would love us this year as women to focus on rising up and becoming our own source of power. Generate your own power instead of sucking and consuming from everybody else. Like I said, no shade. I think, consumption is fabulous and we should do it, and we all need to do it. We all should do it. But I really want you to get this analogy. Here's what we need to remember. I've lost my train of thought. Here's what we need to remember. First of all, how great is the hair though, by the way? Isn't it fabulous? I'm just covering my little bra strap on this shoulder because I am a two-strap girl. I for sure need two straps. I tried to do one. Certainly not enough leverage. Let's think about this analogy, okay? Think about the power source as opposed to the consumer of the power source. Think about the power socket as opposed to the electric device that has to plug into the power socket. The power socket is the bomb. That's the thing. That's what you actually want. You don't care. You think you want the device that you're about to plug in, but that thing is a useless piece of crap without the power source. You need the power source. This is what I mean. You can have all the amazing devices in the world. You can have fabulous things. You can have your, Dyson hair things and all the amazing, your mermaid stylers and whatever. Why am I just coming up with hair things? But any electronic devices, massage guns, or the heaters, the lights, all the things, they need the power source. They are useless pieces of garbage without the power source. Now, let's think about it. The power source is super big. It's amazing. It's a fabulous thing, but it's not very sexy. You don't think about it and go, I really want to be like that power source. No, you don't. You think you want all the little pieces of fluff, but those pieces of fluff are nothing without the actual power source. This is your year to rise and really concentrating on generating your own power. Again, generating your own power. Be your own power source. And that's going to look different in everybody's life. So what is that going to look like in my life this year? For me, 100%, it's literal physical energy that I'm focusing on. At my age and stage in life, energy is of a huge concern to me and a huge focus for me in this coming year. So I'm really tweaking my diet, tweaking what time do I get up? What time do I go to bed? What do I do during my waking hours? And how am I spending the time before I go to bed to make sure that what does your sleep hygiene routine look like? Are you getting the right things that you need to have a restful sleep? Energy is a huge focus for me this year because I want more. Right? A little bit is not enough. It's again like your electronic devices or the volume on a TV. You might have it at 5, but maybe you really want the volume at 10 or 20 or 100, right? This is the focus. This is what we're talking about today. It's talking about rising up and doing what works for you. How are you going to focus this year on being your own generator of incredible energy? And I'm not just talking about physical energy. I'm talking about mental, emotional, and spiritual, because there's a whole like gamut there. It's not just one thing. Because you can go, I'm good, girl. I've got my, I'm good with the physical energy. I'm like killing it. You know, I buzz around like a fly. I'm like all over the place. I'm like, good. I'm giving you the clapping emoji hands. Good for you. But how is your mental generation? Like, how's that level of energy? How's the emotions going? Are they stable or are they a little crazy? How's that? You know, what else did I say? Physical, emotional, mental, all of it. It's a one-stop shop. You can't just focus on, like, as I say, I can't just focus on physical energy without then focusing on my mental state of health and, you know, my emotions and the whole thing. It's all one. You can't separate them. It's not a fucking Lego house. You can't just pull one piece out and just go, I'm going to focus on this. You can certainly, of course, you can add a focus, a stronger focus to a certain area, but it will behoove you. Do you like that? It will behoove you to concentrate on the body as a whole, on the unit as a whole, right? Always going to be the case. I did say that I was going to make this short today, but I do want to share with you a little bit about the upcoming boot camp. So pumped and so excited about this. This is the first boot camp since, I'm not even going to say this, the word, because you know, Facebook will probably block me. Since the kerfuffle started 2 years ago. It's the first boot camp since then. And it is super exciting and I'm super pumped to be with you all. I literally am like buzzing. I can't wait. We're starting next Monday, the 7th of March. Why are we starting next Monday? I had planned to start tomorrow. Today's the 1st. I had planned to start today, the 1st of March. And then I realized nobody starts, even though this is not a diet, you still don't start any brand new program on a Tuesday. Like, that's just ridiculous. What was I thinking? So we're starting next Monday. So if you don't know anything about the bootcamp, if you're completely new to my world, if you've never met me before, honey, please, let me tell you a little something. I have a 30-year torturous history with emotional eating. And when I say torturous, I say it with a smile, but really there's like crying emojis coming down my face here. Torturous history with emotional eating. I was emotional eating from the time I was in a little, what do you call it? We call them pushers here, like pushers. What do you call them? Bassinets? I don't know. I was emotional eating from the time that I was like a toddler through to my childhood, my teen years, and then all the way into adulthood. And the saddest part about it, I say this with a big smile, but really the saddest part about it, I didn't even know what it was. I didn't. Emotional eating is a much more recent term in the history of emotional eating. It's a much more recent term. There was no phrase such as emotional eating when I was like 10, 12, 19. There was no, oh, you're an emotional eater, honey. It's okay. You just Google XYZ and you'll find a solution. First of all, there was no fucking Google. There was nothing. There really was nothing. And now see how my face changes? Because I was left to figure this shit out on my own. And it was debilitating and it was soul crushing. And it left me in a place where I really felt extremely isolated, not at all good about myself or my body, and very, like I say, very alone and completely lost. I did not know where to turn for help. And worst of all, I thought it was just me. Oh, honey, please. All of us, we think it's just us. And that's almost like the lie of the devil. That's what makes it so debilitating and really does kill your soul. You think it's just you. You're like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I? Like, please. The common phrases that go through your head, what's wrong with me? Why can't I? Everybody else can. Like, I'll never be able to. All of these things. And then you get in the bathroom scales. You just see numbers that make you want to vomit in your mouth. And you're just like, I literally can't. So, of course, you're going to go straight to the pantry or the fridge or Macca's and get something to to calm yourself down, like to make yourself forget it. It's just like a moment of like reprieve. It's like, I can't think about this. And the sad and chronic irony is that the very thing that is fucking up your life is the thing that you do to make yourself feel better and forget and give yourself just a moment to breathe and just forget about it for a moment. It's insane. It's kind of like a smoker who just can't give up. So because they can't give up, that I just need a cigarette just to get through the fact that I can't give up. It's exactly the same with emotional eating. It's like, this is never I can't deal with this, and this is never, and all I want to do is lose weight, and I just can't lose weight. So I'm just going to go and eat all this crap because I'm so upset about the fact that I'm overweight. Making zero sense. It makes no sense, honeys. 0 cents. And yet we all do it every single day of our lives. Now, there's different levels of emotional eating. Can we talk about that? There's different levels of emotional eating. There's the type that we all do, which is like, it's my birthday. It's somebody at the office has bought in a cake. It's I'm happy. I'm sad. That's fine. And emotional eating in and of itself is not a bad thing. Like, it's not, you don't all need to go to therapy. It's not a problem. It's only a problem when it starts interfering with your life. So when you can no longer walk up a flight of stairs, like you're not feeling good, when you're just not comfortable in your body, when your energy is lacking, all these types of things, yes, now it's a problem because it's affecting your performance. It's affecting your performance in your life. You should be like a well-oiled vehicle. Your performance should be top fucking notch. And if it isn't, then there is something going on. And it's not to say it's emotional eating. There's something going on. Maybe it's a health issue. Maybe it's stress. Like maybe it's all these things. But also maybe, maybe your diet needs a little bit of attention. Maybe you're using food as a crutch. Maybe you're going through a really tough time and you've now used food to get through that, but the time has passed and life is good again, but you now just have like created these habits that you can't seem to, they're like just running on a loop and you can't seem to find your way out of the hamster wheel. That's what emotional eating is about, and that is all what the boot camp is about. So again, let me give you a little bit of insight. The boot camp is, well, I have a few different programs, but what the bootcamp is actually focused on is structure, framework, and habits. So this is very basic. Structure, framework, and habits. What is the structure? What structure you're running by now? And I'm going to give you the exact structure, framework, and we're going to be working on your habits that I use. It's a 5-step system, honeys. 5 steps. It's not 45,000 steps. It's not 200-page document. It's 5 videos. Like 5. 5 and it's fabulous. And I'm giving this to you. Actually, there's 6 videos, but it's okay. I'm giving this to you over a 3-week period. You're going to have me live one-on-one in the group plus masterclasses. There is over 200 recipes in the bootcamp now, plus bonus videos like for Q&As. There is like everything. This is the entire resource that you will need now and forever to break up with emotional eating. Now, you also get lifetime access to the boot camp. Yes, I know, it's fabulous. That does deserve clapping hand emojis. You get lifetime access. This is literally like a buy once and eat forever buffet. So every single upgrade you get for free. Every single time I add a new module, you get that for free. Wait, it gets so good now. Every single time I run a live round of the boot camp, which we are doing now, next week, you get to join for free. It's that good. So I've got a bunch of incredible alumni. The Facebook support group is like next level. It's filled with girls who are legitimately really beautiful souls, and we are all there to support each other. As I said throughout this live stream, we're there to rise. That's what it's about. We're there to rise. So I'm sending you tremendous amounts of love. If you have any questions, please feel free to DM me. Drop them in the comments below or DM me. I'm fabulous and very approachable. Or you can always visit kyliepax.com/bootcamp, which I will put into the comments as well. I am so happy to be back here with you, honestly. And yes, the goal is, as we're talking about, the goal is to rise. The goal is to be your own generator of your own fabulousness. You don't have to suck it from other people. Just because, to be real, unlike an electronic device that can operate at peak performance when it's plugged into somebody else's power supply, that will never be the case for you. Never. And that's what the bootcamp is about, because you can generate a certain amount of momentum sucking from somebody else's energy, but ultimately you have to produce your own. See, I'm leaning in real serious now. Like, we're serious, you and me. It's you and me. I'm getting real serious and all up in your face. You do have to produce your own. You do. And that is what the boot camp is about. It's giving you that opportunity to tap back into what you know is real and start generating your own life on your terms for yourself. Thank you so much to everybody who has been here live with me today. I've thoroughly enjoyed spending this time with you. As I said, if you have any questions, please do let me know. Anything that you want to discuss, my DMs are always open. And of course, remember, the only person who has the power to change your life is you. When you get your structure, framework, and the blueprint right for your life, and you understand the steps that you need to take to generate exactly what you want in your life, then yes, that is when you have got what it takes. Thank you so much. My goodness, I'm so excited for you guys that have been joining me here live. Have a wonderful afternoon, everybody. I'm sending you love. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Bye.